Most families never check whether that pension is actually being drawn correctly. They just assume the number that arrives is the number that is supposed to arrive, and very often it is not.
This is for the ones who are holding both worlds, working the numbers while raising the boys, sending back home while we're planning right here, legacy growing with every new year.
A woman I know found $47,000 in a policy her mother had completely forgotten she owned. It had been sitting there, quietly gathering value for 30 years. Nobody in the family had ever once looked at it. Today, I am going to show you the 2 drawers in your parents' life that almost nobody ever opens, and the real, life-changing money that is so often hiding inside them. I am Lynn Benson. This is FUTURETAINMENT. As always, before we begin, educational only, not personalized financial advice. Speak to a qualified advisor about your parents' actual situation before you make any move at all. Here is what today is about. There are 2 assets that diaspora families overlook again and again and again: an old life insurance policy and an under-reviewed pension. I am going to open both of those drawers with you, one at a time, and I'm going to give you the exact questions to ask so that you can find out this week whether your family is sitting on money it does not know it has. Stay with me all the way to the end, because the specific questions I give you are the whole point. Write them down when they come. Let us open the first drawer. Life insurance. Somewhere in your parents' house, right now, there may be a document. It might be in a drawer in the bedroom. It might be in a folder at the bottom of a cupboard that nobody has opened in years. A life insurance policy that your mother or your father took out 20, maybe 30 years ago, back when they were young and building a life, and has been quietly, faithfully paying into ever since. And here is what everyone in the family assumes about that policy. Everyone assumes the same thing. They assume this money is only for when the parent dies, that it is a death benefit, locked away, untouchable until the worst day comes. But that is not always true, and this is the part almost nobody knows. There are ways to use a whole life insurance policy while your parent is still very much alive. Let me give you the most useful one, because this is the one that changes families. It is called a policy loan. Once a policy has been in force for a number of years, usually several, the policyholder can borrow against its accumulated cash value. Now listen to why this is so powerful. This is not a bank loan. There are no credit checks. There is no proof of income required. It is simply borrowing against money that is already theirs, money that has been quietly building inside the policy for decades. And here is the critical part, the part that surprises people. In many cases, it does not cancel the policy. The life cover can remain in force. So the family accesses real cash now and still keeps the protection. That is exactly what happened with the woman I mentioned at the start. Her mother had a whole life policy from decades earlier, with a cash value that had quietly grown to $47,000. They borrowed against it, moved the money into a dedicated account used only for the mother's care, and funded years of that care from a policy that the entire family had forgotten even existed. $47,000 sitting in a drawer for 30 years, while the children sent money out of their own pockets. Now let me open the second drawer, the pension. And this one is even more common than the insurance. If your parent ever worked in formal employment, and I mean government, teaching, the military, a corporation, a bank, anything with a pay slip, then they almost certainly have a pension or a provident fund somewhere. But here is the problem. Most families never check whether that pension is actually being drawn correctly. They just assume the number that arrives is the number that is supposed to arrive, and very often it is not. Let me tell you exactly what goes wrong, because these are the specific leaks. First, cost of living adjustments that were never applied. So your parent is frozen at a payment rate that was set years, sometimes decades ago, while the cost of everything around them has doubled. Second, lump sum or restructuring options that your parent was never told about at retirement and never exercised. Third, contributions that were paid in over a working lifetime but never fully claimed. And this is not rare. In Kenya, in Nigeria, in the Philippines, across so much of Africa and Asia, government and provident pensions are routinely underdrawn. The money the parent is actually entitled to is more than the money they are receiving. Let me say that plainly. Your parent may be owed more than they are getting, not because the money does not exist, but simply because nobody ever asked the right question to the right office. Now, I can hear the doubt creeping in. You might be thinking, Lynn, if this money were really there, surely someone would have told us. Surely my father would know, and I understand that instinct completely. But here is the hard truth. Nobody is coming to tell your family this. The insurance company does not call you to remind you about the cash value. The pension office does not phone your father to say he has been underpaid for 8 years. These systems do not volunteer money. Someone in the family has to go and ask. And for most families, that someone has never existed until now, until you. So here is exactly what to do. Write these down for the insurance drawer. First, find every policy document in the house. Go through every drawer, every folder, every box. Then contact the insurer in writing, not just a phone call, and ask 3 specific questions. What is the current cash value of this policy? Can a policy loan be taken against it? And are there any living benefit provisions? Get those answers in writing for the pension drawer. Gather every piece of documentation, old payslips, employment letters, pension scheme notifications, any national fund cards or statements. Then contact the fund directly and ask 3 things. Is this the correct payment amount? Have all cost of living adjustments been applied? And were any lump sum or restructuring options never exercised? Then, and this is important, bring in a licensed specialist, not a helpful cousin, not a family friend who is good with money, a licensed professional who specializes in elder finances or pension optimization in that specific country. Let me give you a second real example, because the pension side deserves its own story, and this one shows you just how much money can be sitting in plain sight. I know of a Filipino family, 3 children abroad, whose father had retired from government service after 35 years. For over a decade, the children sent money every month for his care, assuming his pension was simply too small to cover much. Then one of the daughters hired a specialist in that country's government pension rules to actually review it. The review took 2 weeks, and it found 2 things. First, a cost of living adjustment built into the pension scheme that had never been applied for 8 years. 8 years of underpayment the father was entitled to and never received. Second, a restructuring option he was never told about at retirement. After the adjustments were claimed and applied, the father's monthly pension income rose by 40%. 40% from a document that had been sitting unread for 12 years. The family's monthly contribution dropped by more than half. Nobody had found new money. They had simply claimed money that was already legally his. And I want you to notice the pattern that connects both drawers, the insurance and the pension, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. In both cases, the money existed. In both cases, it was substantial. And in both cases, the only reason it stayed hidden was that these institutions do not proactively give money away. An insurance company will happily let a policy's cash value sit untouched for decades. A pension office will not call to tell your father he has been underpaid. The system is not evil. It is simply passive. It waits. And it will wait forever until one informed family member walks in or writes in and asks the specific correct question. The entire strategy comes down to becoming that one family member, the one who asks, One more practical warning so you do not get discouraged. When you make these calls, you may hit walls. A first-line customer service agent may not know the answer. They may tell you there is nothing there. Do not accept that as final. Ask to speak to someone senior. Put your questions in writing so there is a record. Be politely persistent. These systems are built to give the easy answer, which is often no. The money frequently sits behind the second or third question, not the first. Persistence is not rudeness. When it is your parents' own money, persistence is your job. This is FUTURETAINMENT. We are rooted in two worlds. We are building one legacy. So here is your one action this week. It is beautifully simple. Ask your parents one question. Is there any insurance policy or any pension or any old financial document that nobody has looked at in years? And then go and physically find the paperwork, put it on the table, open the drawer nobody opens. Because as we have seen today, the money is so often already there. It is just asleep in a folder, waiting for one person in the family to finally ask about it. And when you have looked in those drawers, watch the next video, because I am going to show you all of this working together in one real family. A Kenyan family in Germany who cut their monthly support by 83% in just 3 months without finding a single euro of new money, only by waking up what was already there. I will see you there.
Leave something worth inheriting. This is future